Hey, what's up? Ian here, and I'm back with another review video. Today I'm a little bit under the weather, so please forgive my husky voice. I'm recovering, don't worry. But as they say, the show must go on, so let's begin. Today I'm going to talk about this AFUL SnowyNight. It is a portable dongle DAC amplifier that you can connect to your iPhone, Android phone, tablets, and iPads. The retail price for this is 110 US dollars and it's available on Hi-Fi Go's website. So do check out the unaffiliated link if you are interested to find out more. Let's jump straight into it, the packaging. This is how it is. Yeah, it comes in this box like so. The sleeve was a little bit tough to remove, so I don't want to put it back and risk not being able to open it up again. And then inside you find a user guide and warranty card, and the device itself. So this is a very simple device. I'm sure you've seen a lot of this kind of dongle DAC amplifiers, and this is no other. But what's different is the cable. So what they provide here is the high purity 6N crystalline copper cable. So essentially this cable will prevent data loss or data transmission to your DAC. So what happens is that your source will pump out the signal, right, the data that goes into this cable. This cable is shielded, so it's protected from any electrostatic noise, and then it's pure signal data not being lost. It goes into your DAC. Now that's where your DAC can pump out a cleaner sound to your headphones. So the whole entire chain here, this cable is a new addition. So I would say it's very innovative, or thoughtful of them to give us this high purity cable, just to give us a cleaner sound. Okay, now let's talk about the device itself. It's pretty standard. It's I'm sure you've seen a lot of dongle DACs in this kind of shape, but on the side here you'll find a volume rocker. Okay, and on the top here there's LED indication light, and you can actually use the volume rocker here to switch between the menus. And then on the bottom here you have two outputs. One is the 3.5 headphone jack, which is a single-ended, and the 4.4 balance output headphone jack. Okay, so that's a very simple physical part of it, and it's lightweight. It's very well, it's made of metal. Yeah, it's made of metal. It's milled, I guess. And yeah, it's pretty nice and light. Now let's talk about the technical parts of it. Inside here there are two DAC chips, which is the CS43198 DAC chip, and the bitrate that this can support for PCM is 32 bits at 786 kilohertz, and DSD it supports up to 256. In terms of the frequency range, it can range from 20 to 20,000 hertz. The power output for this is ranging from 140 milliwatts, which is the single-ended, to 300 milliwatts on the balance output. Okay, so this is the device itself, and the technical specs for it. Now let's talk about the sound. In terms of sound wise, this is more of a balanced sound. Yeah, balance is not really lean. It's closer to a more lean sound, but it's not entirely lean. There's still some bass to it, and the bass shelf of this is actually quite substantial. And overall it's got a clean tone. Is quite natural sounding, a little bit on the warmish side, and the soundstage is actually a very wide soundstage. I'll compare this with the rest of my dongles later, but let's focus on this first. So soundstage is actually quite wide, right, from what I hear. In terms of the sound signature, as I mentioned, it's a V-shaped, so you get a lot of bass boosted, right? Not much, but is quite substantial. The bass boost on this is clean, is clear. It's got a little bit of texture, and very dynamic, I would say. But there are some other dongle DACs that are more dynamic than this, but this would sound nice and casual and dynamic and natural sounding to me. Okay, so that is the overall sound signature for this. The highlight, I would say, is the bass and the mids as well. The bass and the mids are actually quite forward. The bass is thumpy, is not overly done. At the same time, it's clean, so it's a clean punch, and overall a very clean delivery of the treble as well. So yeah, this is the sound signature for this. Now let's compare it with the rest of my dongle over here. Let's see, let's compare it with the KA13. How about that? Okay, so this is the KA13. In terms of the both are actually quite similar. If you ask me, I would say the KA13 would sound brighter, and there's more mids on the AFUL. Okay, and overall soundstage, AFUL has got a wider soundstage, a cleaner soundstage, and is, well, overall it sounds more resolute as compared to the KA13. Right, so next let's compare it with Hydis's S9 Pro Plus. I would say there's no volume control on this, by the way, and treble on this is brighter. It's a brighter treble. It's a smaller soundstage as compared to the AFUL. And overall resolution, I would say the AFUL is a little bit more resolute and, well, cleaner sound as compared to the S9 Pro Plus. S9 Pro Plus, I would say, has got yeah, a little bit more lean sounding and a little bit more brighter sounding than the AFUL SnowyNight. Okay, next let's talk about with the KA17. Now these two sound very similar, and in terms of soundstage, these two are quite comparable. KA17 has got a little bit more refined bass, refined resolution. The treble is brighter as well as compared to the AFUL SnowyNight. But overall, in terms of balance wise, I would say this one is more balanced. It's not as colorful. I would say it's not as colorful as the KA17. But yeah, both of them, they sound quite similar to me. Yeah. Next will be the TP20. TP20 is less resolute. It's not as resolute as the SnowyNight. It's got a recessed mids. There's more distortion. I can hear more graininess on the TP20 as compared to the SnowyNight. And overall, this is a more dynamic sounding dongle DAC compared to the TP20. TP20 sounds more fun, casual, and more laid back kind of sound. Okay. Next is the Show. Show also, it sounds less resolute as compared to the SnowyNight. It's got a smaller soundstage. It's got a less mid bass but more sub bass as compared to the SnowyNight. So that comes to a muddy bass, a more heavy lower end as compared to the SnowyNight. Next, let's compare to the Colorfly. Now, Colorfly is actually my favorite, one of my favorite dongle DACs out there. It's got more texture. It sounds more musical. It's got less definition than the SnowyNight. It's got a smaller soundstage as compared to the SnowyNight. And it's more immersive and it's more dynamic as well as compared to the AFUL SnowyNight. So I would say this one sounds more natural as compared to the SnowyNight. But if you want something more clinical, more definition, then you should go for the SnowyNight. Okay, so that's for Colorfly. Now let's talk about the M15. M15, surprisingly, it sounds less resolute than the AFUL SnowyNight. It's got a bit smaller soundstage, yeah. And the sound separation on this, I would say the AFUL has got a better sound separation. It sounds cleaner in the soundstage. It's got more definition to the separation of the instruments and the vocals as well. Surprising. All right, and last but not least, let's compare the DW4X, which is the SimGod DW4X. W4X has got more bass. It's not as resolute as the SnowyNight, but it's got a more intimate soundstage. It's not closed in, but it's a more intimate soundstage, and it sounds more casual and more fun as compared to the AFUL SnowyNight. All right. So those are the dongles that I've compared. I listened to them side by side, and my conclusion is this is actually a very good performer, right? Compared to all this. though it may not please everyone. So based on what my comparison, you guys can make a decision on which one is your kind of tuning. But I would say in terms of the bass wise, it's got sufficient bass, not overwhelming treble. At the same time, the mids are quite forward as well. And $110 I would say it's actually quite affordable. It's not as expensive as the M15, and is roughly in the middle of the pack, if you ask me, in terms of price to performance, right? But I would say, yeah, it's a good performer. Yeah, and I do recommend to get it if you are looking out for a dongle DAC that like this. And it's also got independent volume, so you can plug it into your phone, and your phone can be a full max volume, and you can listen to this by adjusting the volume here. Alright, so that concludes my overall review for this AFUL SnowyNight. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video or learned something from this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So that's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.